one of the first things that we cut was the sheep. Its collision wasn't quite perfect. It's quite hard to hit it. Its animations conflicted with the way that we do the physics around each creature. So it was just easy to cut it and work on more exciting things. One of the second things we cut was the bronze armor set, which I can wear a couple of them now. The bronze armor set was kind of pointless because we've already got steel and we've already got leather and we've already got ghillie. So bronze was just too much granularity. It was kind of confusing. So it looks good and it works, and you can still see the bronze stuff in the game. In the backgrounds of the menus, you can see characters wearing it. But it's a full working item. So there's a pile of them that you can check out. But you can tell they're not finished yet. Another item that we got rid of was the coconut. It didn't have a place in Season 1 of survival games. It's just kind of weird that you're in the middle of the forest and they give you a coconut. And it's a fully complete working item, but it just didn't make any sense. We also got rid of the crossbow. That's one that I can't show you. It required its own unique ammunition system, like the bow. And it required an animated object to hold in your hands, which was much more difficult to create. So instead of spending the time on getting the crossbow working properly, we moved on and added more creatures and more map permutations instead. We also added a shotgun to the game that we got rid of. But that ended up becoming a tool used by the artist to change the texture of the walls, apply dyes, and various block edits. So by the time we were done with it, it wasn't a gun anymore. It was more like a constructive tool. So that's another weirdo item that was cut because it didn't work. There's an entire class, because you've got the different classes like the Knight class and the Banana class. There's another one called the Katniss class, which is meant to be a reference to the movies. I made it, and it had the bird brooch and a few other items, but it wasn't actually any fun to play as it, because you had 16 players all running around pretending to be Katniss, and it was just silly and it wasn't fun. So we got rid of it. The idea of this game is to be fun, not make jokes all the time. We've also got a complete set of bronze weapons, which I can show you one of them now. Let's see. Maybe I can't. No. Bronze swords and weapons are also cut from the game because they had the same granularity problem as the entire armor set. The ram was a hostile creature we were going to have because every creature has a hostile counterpart. You can see it's trying to headbutt me right now. But for the same reason as a sheep, its collision wasn't perfect and it was hard to hit it. So we had to scrap it. I think the only way you can kill the ram is by throwing bombs at it. Come here. There we go. And that's the reason why there's lamb in the game, because they're meant to be originally dropped by the sheep. One of the last items that we cut from the game was the set of picks. Originally there's going to be picks that you could use as weapons to attack people. And they're pretty quick. But the trouble with the picks is that they're confusing. Yeah, survival games isn't a game about digging or mining or crafting. It's about killing each other. And even if the pick was a weapon, people would have expected to be able to dig the terrain with it. So we got rid of it simply because it confused people. We've even got more than one kind of pick. We've even got the wooden pick. And the iron pick. Had a whole bunch of them. But you can see these weapons in Block World. But when you can see that we add stuff like bombs and C4 and items like that, the time is better spent in other places. But there's a large amount of items and stuff that's been cut. But there's a great example of 10 that we had to remove from the game for various reasons.